Hello and welcome to Dear Love Talk. Don't mistake this program with Love Talk, slightly different. This is a short version of Love Talk and also a more direct version. Here you ask us the questions, we give you the answers, and we go straight to the point. No beating around the bush, right?
Yes, people expect that. They expect us to be really direct and answer what they need to know. And I'm going to go for our first question, which is, why are there a lot of older women who are still single? Is it because most men are either taken, gay, or dead?
Let's just make it clear that this question wasn't made up, right? These are questions that are sent to us. We can't edit them. They are real questions. So, Elena, what do you have to say about that?
Well, it has nothing to do with men being dead. I think she was kind of making a joke or something. I don't think you can blame anything, and I don't think there's a lot of single women out there. There's a lot of many people, single people out there, men, young and old. This is what I can see through your question. This is how you see yourself, and this is how, therefore, you portray everyone else. It's like everyone, mostly women, are single. Why is it? I don't think there is. That's a fact. I think that it's a combination.
I think it's an excellent point that you made now, that it's how the person sees herself. We were doing a recent program on Love Talk, and we were talking about being single. And we were saying that when the person is single, it seems like everybody else is married and they're the only single people on the planet, right? So perhaps you feel a little bit like that. Maybe you feel, not that you're old, but you've reached a point in your life where you feel you should be married and you're not yet. And then it's like all those people who are in the situation that you are also are highlighted in your frame of vision. So the truth is, there are men who are single, who are your age, and perhaps it's a matter of you not feeling, anxious. Don't be anxious about it. We always say that those who are single should actively look for someone, right? But not anxiously look for someone. So no, all single men are not either dead or gay or already married, right? They're just there, and I'm sure that if you keep on the right track, I'm sure you're going to find someone.
And you know the funny thing about this, just to quickly add something, is that I've seen many cases, of single older women that they believe so much that it's a problem that they behave in a very negative way. They have this very negative attitude, which therefore pushes people away. And then you have a reason why you are still single. So you see, is how you see yourself and what you do as a result.
So be positive and know, all men who are single are not dead. They are out there. You'll find
or taken.
You will find one. Now the next question says, my partner and I both work very hard, and it's really difficult to manage work, family, and in-laws, and etc. For some reason, the person wrote to their in-laws. I wonder if that's a problem. What is the best way to balance everything? Well, the truth is that now more than ever, it's really difficult to manage time, really hard. Going back 50 years, 60 years, women didn't used to work. They would be at home. So in a way, that would help more the sense of having more time because certain things at home would get done. Now, men and women work, and by the way, I'm not making a feminist or a point for or against men or women. We're just stating facts. Life has changed, right?
We all need to work nowadays.
Absolutely. Both people work just as hard. Then you get home and you're both tired, and then we have the added pressure of tablets, mobile tablets and mobile phones, and that takes away your time as well. There was a statistic that I read recently that the average couple now spends only about 10 minutes of uninterrupted time talking per day because of all these things. So it can be really hard for you to find time. The solution for that is, you only have 24 hours in a day. You can't make a day have 25 hours. So if you feel you don't have enough time to be with your in-laws, to do certain things you need to do, you're going to have, something's got to give. You're going to have to cut something out of your day that is not as important as spending time together.
Absolutely.
And then you can make that work.
It's like this. Ask yourself, first of all, just to add to what my husband just said, where is that idea coming from that you should have time for everything? That you should please everyone? I believe that you mentioned your in-laws because maybe you are a family person that likes to gather around the table every Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you know, with the whole family.
Or
it's not possible.
Or maybe the in-laws show up unannounced.
Well,
right? You have those surprise visits.
You've
by
got
the
to draw the
in-laws.
line. There must be a line. There must be boundaries. And you've got to prioritize because from all the things that you mentioned on your question, who should be benefiting more from your attention since you don't have much time? It's your husband, your kids, if you have children, and then everything else. Your hobby as well, because you need so you can be healthy. So, you know, you've got to prioritize.
Yeah.
There's no other way, no other way.
And although you mentioned a line, draw a line. If you're drawing a line with family, make it a polite line, okay? Don't go to your in-laws and say, don't come to my house again. Bad move, right? They are part of your family, you're gonna need them. They're gonna be there for you when...
Unless they keep showing up.
Yeah, but,
I'm joking.
don't say, don't come around anymore, right? You know, just try to do it in a wise way without causing problems.
Of course.
Before I go for the next question, or before Elena reads the next question, we want to remind you that if you want to send your questions to our show, then do so, get in contact. The email address is questions@lovetalkshow.tv. That's questions@lovetalkshow.tv. Send us your name also if you want, where you're writing from. That's always good for people to hear that you are a real person, that these questions are not made up, right?
Yes,
which they aren't.
Yeah, and if you want to keep anonymous, it's fine. We will not read your name, you know, on the show. But let me go for the next question then. I don't know if it's a she or a he, but the question is, due to very hectic careers, or it's a he, my wife and I are always tired when it comes to being intimate. We don't want our relationship to suffer. So how do we deal with making time to be together? Well, good question.
I think
you've got to do some of what we just told the other person.
That's what I was going to say.
You know, you have to understand something. Your intimacy, your intimate life with your husband is something that it's only yours and his. You're not intimate with other people, so I hope you're not. But you know what I mean.
I really hope
I'm
not.
being sarcastic, but you understand very well what I mean. So this is something that binds you together. It's very, you know, it connects you. It gets you. It makes you get along. I don't know what it does, to be specific, but it's something very positive, very good for you as a couple.
Yeah.
So this is one of your main priorities.
And I think also something that's very important is that, you know, when you're married, there has to be some rules. So for example, I've heard of couples that say, you know, I have this rule that when we get home, my husband and I, my wife and I, as soon as we get home, we make a vow not to talk about work, right? So that way you automatically switch into a mood of relaxing, being with the person you love, being in an environment that you love. So that's something useful. The time management thing we said earlier, you know, you can't make a day be any longer than 24 hours. So you have to make the most of the time you have. So perhaps one of the most important things is this, you know, set the mood in your home. Don't talk about work. Don't talk about the bills, right?
Yes.
Paying bills. Talk about that on a separate date. Set a day like, you know, Saturday morning, we'll take half an hour, talk about the bills, and we sort out everything in one day. So you don't have to keep revisiting things that sometimes cause stress, right?
And also, I don't know about him or his wife, partner, but some women, I can only speak from a woman's perspective. It's like this. Some women, they are like this. When they get home, they have all the dishes to wash, they have cooking to do, they have all these things. And sometimes you've got to, I'm sorry, you've got to leave the dishes in the sink. And, you know, spend some time with your husband, with your partner, and leave the dishes for tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, I've known people, I've advised many women who had a problem with cleaning. Cleaning is their husband or a hobby. Or
an obsession.
Or a son or a daughter. So you've got to see, are you spending time, are you hectic? Is your life being hectic because you are making it hectic? Or are you bringing that upon yourself? Or are you actually busy? So you've got to cut things, you know, cut down on things.
Yeah, I think
Something's got to give.
I think the most important thing is put things on a scale, right? On the things that you are busy with doing, you know, on a scale, what would be more important? That thing you need to do, or, you know, spending quality time with your wife, with your partner. So I'd say, you know, I understand that you're busy, but that part, the intimacy, is perhaps one of the most important things in a relationship. And whoever says that, you know, come on, you know, the most important thing in a relationship is talking, is friendship,
companionship.
There is a point, but talking and friendship is equally as important as the intimate life of a couple, because that's what sets you aside from a flatmate, right? If you stop being intimate and being together in that sort of way, you're just flatmates. And then sooner or later that relationship is going to break down.
Yes, you won't be strong enough to face so many things out there. There's going to be someone flirting at your husband or your wife. Don't have no doubts about it. So you've got to protect yourself. You see, you've got to protect your marriage constantly.
Absolutely.
So that's my advice.
So we hope that today's questions have helped. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget also to visit our Facebook channel for Love Talk Show. And send us your questions to questions@lovetalkshow.tv. Okay, it's been a pleasure to be here with you. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Bye.